Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Stuart. Merry Christmas, Wellness TV. Let your life be joyful and happy. Yay! That's my new present from Stuart.
And this is, strangely enough, going forward at a Christmas time near you. Niina, welcome back. I'd like you to sort of talk us a little bit into your sound therapy singing bowls thing, because you're always doing interesting stuff, and we got such a good response the last time we did it. Can we hear some more, please?
Of course, I'll be happy to share, and thank you for having me again. As I promised, updates. Indeed, on a monthly basis, we continue doing sound group sessions, and the interest is growing. We need to find bigger venues, bigger spaces, because
which is exciting.
It's exciting. We have problem with fitting people. People love coming back. The same people bringing more people, and it's kind of becoming massive. I feel I need to have assistant. I need to start teaching, and yes, good news, we will start teaching. Maybe me and one of my assistants in I think May time, because April, May I'm gonna go to Nepal and Tibet, and I'm gonna purchase 2 more 7 chakras singing bowl sets. So there will be proper courses, and before that, of course, every month group sessions, every session is dedicated to certain energy, opening anahata heart, cleansing the energy bodies, balancing the 4 elements within, fire, water, air, and we bring more entertainment, or let's say more interactive exercises in the beginning, like not just tapping and the physical body. I should keep secret all this stuff, but really also breathing and intention, because as I said, sound is a tool for people to work on their emotions, on what is happening in my life, and where this sound affects me. Of course, I do more and more individual sessions. I just had a session on Monday, and that particular person, he had fear and lots of self-doubt. Divorced, a little kid, he's been having so many different therapies and psychologies, different things he tried, even ayahuasca. I don't recommend ayahuasca to do when, it's a separate story, but he came to me, it's good when the person knows what he wants. And that's, I always ask, are you coming because you have physical pain? Let's concentrate. Is it self-doubt that you want to get rid of? Is it financial difficulties? It can sound magic, but really it's you who are working on it through the sound and vibrations and all these tiny energy bodies that we consist of, cleansing them, opening the channels, because vibration and sound is a lot about cleansing and removing those blockages and reconnecting. And that particular person, it took him a while to come back to the body, to ground. I was a little bit afraid of him leaving the space that we did it, because and the next following day he was texting me, there were transformations happening. He felt, and it's not the singing bowl session, it's something, his body was shaking at the end. It was shaking actually slightly after the session, so the effect was still going on. And something was getting out of him, and he kept saying me the next day that he felt energy shifting. He actually, maybe it's something else, the other influences in his life, seeing some things and asking me of advices, how can I ground more? Even though we did ground him, and it's very important to make sure the person is safe before they leave this intimate, fragile space that you know about, he still felt something coming out. And this is the main thing. It's about consciousness, it's about mental well-being, it's about self-development.
And also very much expression, because you are able to use certainly singing bowls in many interesting ways that would help people reconnect parts of themselves, like me for instance, where connection may be blurred or non-existent. So that's quite special in my opinion, and it also demonstrates that if you have the right mindset, and I know getting in the right frame of mind is very important when you do sessions, and you try very hard to make sure that when people do it in group, that their mindset is exactly right before you even start to do anything.
For sure.
That's one very rewarding for us being just laymen in there, thinking, oh, what we're going to get, and then you use. I know you do gongs, singing bowls, and a number of just mantras, in innovative ways that make people do things, and you tell us what's going to happen, and then you do it. And I think one of the special things is that people feel that happening when you're virtually as you described it, as you're doing it.
It's like a magic spell, but people need to hear and to be aware of what is going to happen, of course. They need to be prepared, otherwise it can be a state of shock. And
Yes.
they have choices, as I say, either relax and absorb the healing vibrations, either ask a question to consciousness, manifest, or dedicate practice to someone. But what I see really, people really leave the space so more happy, grounded, centered. And now we also do feel the fluff meditation at the end. This is a shamanic practice that have been initiated. People can cry because there is something. We really don't have time, we don't give enough time to ourselves, to our family, the relationship that we're having, which is the most important thing, relationship. It's not the work, not how much money I earn, what are the next trips I'm gonna do. It's about relationship, how much joy is in there. Is there still black energy of not forgiving something, I don't know, 10 years ago, 3 years ago? And when you imagine your parents or your loved ones as the innocent children, smiling at you through the voice meditation guidance, through the connection that we are all one, when we sit in a circle, hold our hands, we tune ourselves to the highest teachers, to the more spiritual teachers that came to earth. Jesus, Buddha, Allah, they're all enlightened teachers. So we tune also to their energy, which is universal, to come and get that healing.
Yeah.
And through the sound again, everything is vibration, is frequency. The light, the sound, we consist of it. We constantly bombarded every day. Internet, phone, communication, it's all about wave. It's all about what frequency is this particular energy. And we've been bombarded. Wi-Fi, telephones, internet, transport, what is the frequency of that person? Do I like it or not? And we forget about it that it's an emotional hygiene. It's that you need to protect, and people need to be aware that they have to do it in the morning. Tune yourselves to the good day with some song, with some positive affirmation, and the same my sound does that. In the evening, gratitude, and again some thing that you actually sound. You put it into sound, because sound is a matter if you think about it, and we call it ether. Ether sound, and ether is an element that has all 4 elements. My practice, Akasha sound, Akasha means ether, means space, means vacuum, that consists of 4 elements. And 4 elements, we consist of them. Fire, okay, let's start from earth. Earth is bones, is matter that we are made of. Water, obviously, the blood and every cell has the water element. Air, obviously, oxygen, we breathe it in and all that stuff. But to make all the 3 elements work within the body, and that's also a Buddhistic approach, 4 elements, balance between, we need fire. And fire is oxygen that we breathe in, and then the actual fire burning reaction starts. When the oxygen is burning, that's when the life happening. Fire is life. It equals. So we have those 4 elements, but to bring them into balance, we need tool, which is sound, most ancient medicine. Through the sound of someone guiding you, through the sound of different things, we really ground ourselves, or having music and you start jumping, or this water element, more watery, music affects you in a different way.
Different sensation.
Yeah.
And you're very passionate about this, I know.
I'm going to create my holistic center. And also the next year plan, maybe it's, we're going to start recordings, experiments. Creating my music albums. Excited. And experiencing more with voice and voice.
Well, we're going to try and be with you as a TV station, because we think because I think so too, that sound therapy, and particularly you and gongs and bowls and things, need to be heard by more people than you are heard it for at the moment.
Thank you. Another thing, we can expand and more diversified. It's not necessary that people can need to come to where I host it. If you need to have a unusual way to connect with your colleagues, with your family, or I don't know, girls gathering, let's have a sound bath. And then after that, we can add extracurricular. Yoga, some special gifts, mandala creation. So sound bath as a beautiful birthday party present, for example, or an occasion, a different occasion. I know some offices start doing that for the clients.
Indeed, they have.
Or schools.
If you may remember when we first talked about singing bowls
Yeah.
and sound therapy, there were few and far between, and now there are many hundreds on Facebook and things, people advertising what you, when you brought it to me and my attention, was quite unusual, and I thought left field, because it wasn't quite what I was expecting. But hey,
There we go.
it worked, and here you are,
Thank
and
you.
we're about expanding.
Thank
Thank you so much, Niina.
Thank you so
Much success in the future, and we'll be there to hold your hand.